Welcome back to Jack 3 Goldfinger.
Don't you mean Godfinger?
Was Goldfinger really the third Bond film?
No, it's the third Austin Powers film.
No, that's Goldmember.
Oh.
But no, actually, now that I think about it, no. I mean, yeah, I guess never mind. Welcome back to Jack 3. We're pretty much at the finale now, and, yeah. You all saw what happened, and you can't take that back.
Nope, that's the official lore. No matter what Naughty Dog wants to try, or any other game wants to try and add to it, nope, Precursor. I guess that is the thing. That's probably why Lost Frontier and Jack Frost happens. That unfortunately, as far as Jack 1 and 2 and 3 are concerned, this is where the big this is where the big arc of the Precursors come to an end. We finally know what they are.
Mm-hmm. It's no longer a mystery to the world. Well, maybe it is, but it's not to us.
Yeah. So we've made it to the Darkmaker ship. And it's kind of like a really odd, reverse Metroid thing. We've set up a cannon to fire at this thing in 5 minutes, so we need to go through the ship, find Errol, and either take him down or get him off the ship to make sure he can't launch any of the giant, dark assault vehicles before the ship gets blown to smithereens.
Of course. Honestly, I'll be damned if we're able to actually beat the shit out of him in this kind of time frame.
2 minutes. Round the clock. Little Mac, go in.
1 minute sounds plenty. Here I go.
What was that from?
Sonic Adventure 2?
He was quoting Rouge from
right,
Adventure 2, where she said 5 minutes should be plenty. And actually, what I was about to quote was what was the max time for this part again?
5 minutes.
5 minutes is all I can spend to play with you.
And I'm gonna quote Rocket Man because I like that. I find that movie to be a guilty pleasure of mine, where he shows up to work 2 minutes early. He works at NASA or whatever, and he shows up to work 2 minutes early, and he has a computer game that he goes nuts with. He has analog sticks, he's rocking around, but before he's 2 minutes early. That's 2 minutes to save the world. And just grabs his game and starts playing. And I love his work.
Nice.
So I like quoting that for some reason. That's 3 minutes to save the world.
That's funny.
Use all that extra health.
Alright, we gotta fly
Now
again.
we shall fly once more.
Oh goodness,
whoa.
airspace is taken up.
God
Okay.
damn it.
And yeah, spoilers, I don't remember if Light Jack or Dark Jack ever really come back.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
Whee! Look at Joe. I will never get tired of ragdoll games.
I believe I can fly. Oh!
I will. Oh, apparently not. I don't know. I didn't even see him fall, but I can assume he didn't make it. But yeah,
It's funny you make the joke of sinking flying, because that was a joke I had in mind when Jack becomes Light Jack with the wings. It's I wanna fly high.
God.
So I can reach the highest of the heavens.
You say I'm a bad singer.
And we found Cyber Arrow.
Oh, sweet.
And all these dark assault vehicles.
No, I think the
Lord.
thing... Yeah. I was about to say, I think the thing is, James, is Daxter's a bad singer, but Jack doesn't even sing, he just talk sings.
He's a scat artist.
Nasty things
Scatter.
never wake up. The
Scat
planet's
man.
finished.
All of these dark makers.
No, right, this guy.
Just think
Look at old Arrow. Still can't believe he just changed up like this.
Whoa.
Oh, they just... Oh,
Curses.
damn it!
Oh crap! The cannon's ready with dark
we're
and light.
literally
Eco.
right in the direction of it.
Light and dark eco and bam!
Well, there goes the Black Comet.
So it's
And Cyber Arrow managed to take control of at least one ship and is
Damn
launching
it.
it onto the ground, which is that could be enough to take over the world still. Hey, don't worry. Fly to.
Oh, good thing, Dax.
Let's go, Dax.
Alright, going down.
Yep.
Whoa.
We have to reach a warp gate and get out of here before the whole ship collapses and we fall into the vacuum space.
Well, I mean, at least we made sure to kill off most of it. So it won't be a complete cheap game of Command and Conquer.
Yeah, we're good. Oh gosh.
Jeez.
There's the warp gate.
I feel like this reminds me of something, but I can't quite put the.
Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa. You know what?
Good thing these things are just generous enough to stay aloft.
Yeah.
Almost.
But I know what you mean, Gems. I'm trying to remember what it reminds me of, too.
I was thinking of something from Star Fox, but I don't think that's right. It could be Ratchet and Clank, maybe.
Probably right. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But
Yeah,
there's still that.
unfortunately, Apparently he knows how to drive stick shift. So
How
I don't
oddly
know how he
appropriate.
can
Our
drive that.
final battle is literally back where we started.
Yep, and as you also kind of guessed, because of where we just so happened to fall behind, our last.
This guy just won't quit.
Nope.
It's headed for the city. We gotta defend it. For Deimos.
The last
For
We
Datmus.
need
fucking light brigade. Let's do
we
it,
need to
partner.
use a vehicle,
To the end.
Well,
and
what
fortunately they
vehicle
just
we're
gave
gonna
us the
use?
sand shark.
Oh,
I would
just a damn same lame old sand shark.
I would have preferred the
Well,
Dune Hopper or a new weapon or something.
Well, I was about to say we could. I think it would have been more thematic if we used the one that we were riding with Datmus, but I think it got destroyed earlier.
Yeah, I got.
It did
we don't
topple
wanna-
over, so.
So I will say in terms of a boss battle goes, this is actually I like this idea because like the entire set is the massive wasteland overworld, and you're just driving around all of it, trying to take out all of these glowing purple things on its feet.
In a way, it's not unlike the finale of Breath of the Wild.
Kind
I
of, yeah.
was thinking that actually.
Jeez, oh jeez. Car
I mean,
mines
say
up.
what you will about that game's whole finale. I actually thought that was a really good way to end it.
Oh no, dude.
I did too.
Oh, dude, when you jump and everything goes slow motion because you're firing an arrow midair and you just see the glowing, pure red eye of hatred from Gan. It's just
Honestly, it does
Hard
make
in
up
the
make up
direction
for how
of that.
BS the first phase was.
Well, depending
Yeah.
on how many of the divine beasts you freed.
Well, even then, it's still a pretty damn hard fight because, well, even
you
at half
gotta
health,
know
that
your.
thing
You
is not.
you
is-
just got. You
he's
just
no
gotta be good
joke.
at perfect. You just gotta be good at perfect shielding, like I am.
Yeah, pretty much.
But other than that, this I will say right now though I would love Breath of the Wild right now because the biggest issue I have about this is the Sand Shark does not auto fire, and especially the most annoying part is this, or I should say, it doesn't auto target, and unlike Dune Hopper, its bullets do not have an arc. So whatever you're shooting at, it basically has to be directly in front of you for it to actually do it. And whereas Breath of the Wild, you can just jump off your horse at any old time and aim where you want to fire. So that's why,
It's a damn good thing this thing has unlimited bullets.
yes.
Man, just
and,
imagine what this. Just imagine what this boss would have been like if they made like an insane version of the trilogy.
Oh dear God.
That would have been oh dude, this would be so jeez. But yeah, it's just kind of, especially when you're trying to go for the ones on the front two legs, like it always looks like right when you get to it, it just moves so far away from you because of how this thing walks. And there we go, just one more left. Fortunately, the mini map exists, so I can see which leg has it. Okay, it is on that leg right there. That's on the
Now,
front of it, which means you
how
have to get
far-
ahead of this thing somehow.
Like, is there like an air quotes like time limit? Like, do you have to be in before he gets to a certain part?
Doesn't
And
look like
thank
it.
goodness. But that just means this part can drag a little bit. Come on, there it is. No.
Oh, thank God it didn't step on you.
Well, no, that is the thing.
Yeah.
Be very careful because this thing can step on you if you're not careful.
And is it at an instant kill?
It will do a lot of damage.
Okay.
So just come on. Ah,
Oh, that's
that's
that's what I call blue balling to the extreme.
that is the
Or maybe
only part of this
purple
boss
balling,
fight
exactly
that
as
I.
Dark Eco.
That is the main part of this boss fight I dislike, is the fact that the tool for the job is not the most well designed one. It can go fast, yes, but it's just
If only Dexter could help out. Use the other guns.
and yes, this is I guess one last big. I guess if you consider it to be a boss phase, it's not that bad, but this is the last thing of if I was to die at aim point, I'd start from the very beginning and taking them all down again. But
That's
I mean,
fair.
it's a phase, so it's not like I'm, yeah. But yeah, it's again the idea that there's no loading zones and this thing is driving around the massive wasteland all by itself, and you're falling. It's just a really great set.
Honestly, it makes me wonder how much it strained the PS2.
Done.
Oh, there you go.
Now you can't walk anymore. I said you can't walk anymore.
Slowing
You
down.
lost your. Okay, you lost your leg privileges. There you go.
Oh
Or
God.
should I say Arrow Bob? No, wait, not Arrow.
Honestly,
That's what
for some reason, I'm suddenly thinking back to the final boss of Powered Up, where you remember where Wily pretty much did whatever he could
Yeah.
to
Hold on a second. Choo 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 choo.
just detach the bottom portion of it and just have the machine float in the air, looking all creepily.
Yeah. So fortunately, that thing couldn't fly too well, but unfortunately, it's still kind of close to Spargus.
Spargus.
Well, I guess I'm confusing myself. So we have to get to the top of that thing and stop that thing, or else it'll generally reduce the property values of the neighborhood. It's just an eyesore. It doesn't matter. It's the cow.
That's certainly a light way of putting it.
I mean, like, it can't even do anything. It can shoot, but it can't really move far away. But still, we should probably clear it out because it's kind of close to the city.
A little too close to the city. Like, it's literally just... It's sniffing it right now.
So, with that said, welcome to the final little bit of the game, actually. We're already here. Man, I had fun.
It's been a wild ride, boys, but it always has to end somewhere.
Oh, freaking idiots.
What
Get
the
out of
heck?
here, you guys. So, we need to climb up this thing. It's like a little ziggurat, like, square pyramid-shaped thing. We're just going to climb it up to the top.
You know, it's kind of a funny coincidence. This game literally came out a year... I want to say roughly a year, maybe a few months before Shadow of the Colossus, and here we are.
Oh, wow, you're right.
We're literally climbing all over what may as well be a Colossus.
Here we are. So, as you imagine, the boss of this is we just have to survive some of these. We just need to survive some of these onslaughts, destroy the tentacles, and the idea is that actually on the back of that weird snake tendril thingy's face, it reminds me of a boss. I don't know which boss it reminds me of though. It's I know I saw it in a scary game though. Gosh, it's not American McGee's Alice. It's like this is gonna
Honestly,
drive me
this does
nuts
kind of
now.
look like something out of American McGee's Alice.
It's the tentacle. I've seen that before. Oh, okay. You know what it actually reminds me of? It reminds me of these weird tentacle, like these tentacles. Okay, there. That's what we need to shoot. That red glowy bit at the back of its skull. There.
Ow! I felt that.
Oh, that especially reminds me of in Half-Life. In the original Half-Life game, there were these like little tentacle like head. There were these little like tentacle like beak thingies that would stamp on the ground. But supernova.
Oh, ow! And oh god, you know what? I know we're kind of late getting into
There it is
this,
in the lower left there.
but I just realized something. Jack almost became a fucking asshole.
You're
Yeah.
right. He almost stepped into the field, and goodness, would we have been screwed if he had done that just before all this?
Yeah. Just imagine how just Jackster's overall reaction to that happening.
I bet
Or
you're missing
Daxter's.
those pants now, are you, Jackie?
Oh yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up.
Now look, he's
About as
now
much
he's
as
the tall one.
I'm sure about as much as you miss riding on my shoulder.
And you know
Yeah,
what?
you are.
Just to piss off fans, even when he's a Knoxville, he'd still have that double damn goatee.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, that's his trademark. It's like Vega with his freaking eyebrows. He kept those. Gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Okay, come on. Let's get
Honestly,
that.
now that I look at this shadowy head, it does remind me of something else. I can't remember what.
Okay, there. Okay, I know, and you're right. This does remind me. Okay, let's get some light eco so I can heal myself. There we go. And timeout.
Actually, now that I think about it, it honestly, in a way, reminds me of Maleficent.
It does actually with the dragon.
Well, yeah, with the
especially
dragon
with the hair at the back. I can see that. Okay, let's use some Dark Jack because mine as well.
Boom! That didn't look right, but I'll take it.
Oh, you know what? It's because the tentacle that one of those tentacles was hanging down, so I actually did it on top of it, not on the ground.
Interception, except it didn't fucking work.
So as you can imagine, it's just a big firefight to the very end, and I mean, I think what they were going for. I enjoy it. Just what a ride.
Seriously, like,
And
I'm saying this as someone who actually didn't get a chance to beat the game.
and you know when the credits come up, we'll definitely talk a bit more about it, but just I think compared to the second game, this one did a better job, I think, of balancing out the tone of everything.
It definitely
Having
ironed
it
out a
still
lot
be
of
light-
the errors with the second game. Like, again, with the really lax checkpoint system and, well, an actual purpose to having 8 blips of health.
Right, and
And,
yeah, 'cause you have the
and in
armor.
this case, even more so, considering you get all the upgrades.
Right, and then and again, I think that it did a really good job of this game in particular. I think it did a great job of again managing the tone of it. It wasn't all gloomy, and it had that lightheartedness that you remember the series for originally having. They
And
kind of
honestly,
turned up the
it's
humor a
still
bit more.
funny thinking about it, but, like, the whole progression of this entire game, honestly, is pretty much almost exactly like the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Like, you got
Really?
the one game which was pretty standard. You got the second game which added a fair bit, but nothing more than that. And then you got the third game pretty much doing the same thing, except now you got a whole bunch of power-ups that boost up Jack.
In the lower right there, it's not on the platform. It doesn't look cool.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the trilogy... Again, we were talking about the sequel. The sequel is a little bit of a black sheep in the family, but I think looking at the trilogy overall, I think it was a great change of pace. It was definitely one of the most unexpected directions you could have taken something like Jack and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the change, but at the same time, it's not like this is one of those cases where they actually do it pretty well. Like, I can't say I have too many faults with it, especially after seeing what they do with it.
Alright. Oh, one more. Oh, he's going to do a couple more attacks before we're done here.
He ain't dying without a fight. Dude.
I'm going to give him a piece
I'm
of
surprised
my mind.
at no point does just the glass on his head pretty much shatter.
And... Oh, so close.
Oh,
Okay.
that would have been a perfect book ending.
Charge up. Done.
There you go. Good old Peacemaker.
Oh,
Keeping the peace since 2003.
We got room for one more ammo.
Perfect.
Done.
Let her rip, Jack. By the power of BFG!
And Cyber Errol is no more.
I love fireworks.
Following up with a sandstorm, though? That seems pretty extreme.
And now come the boys with the right stuff.
Survivors of the Wasteland.
I'm surprised in this scene Daxter's not immediately just hacking and coughing.
Gosh, I can't see. This is so much cooler in real life, but yeah.
I mean, Jack had it right up until then, but oh my gosh.
All the sand. And random romance. Even though it's clearly supposed to be Kira, but
It's like they forgot. But
last cutscene.
There you have it.
We have just one more cutscene left. The Precursors are going to say goodbye because they decided to reveal themselves to everyone, which must be a shock.
Thank you, brave people of this planet. Onin, Samos, and all. Your strength and wisdom in these dark times give us reason to fight on.
My life's work, it turns out, was spent searching for a bunch of furballs.
Yep.
Oh well.
It is a
He's saying it well.
for the universe.
Jack, you are the greatest of heroes. You have turned...
And I guess now that I think about it, when Seam in that one part mentioned how Daxter had the face of our creators and everything, or whatever, she knew they were Otzels, I think.
And yeah, and she still treated her ethic pretty seriously.
Yes,
Even with this dumbass.
More adventures. Where have I heard that before?
We need heroes like you to help us protect the universe.
So will you join us for PlayStation Move Heroes? Yeah, about that.
Oh.
Jack is Mar.
No, he's not the
No,
Mar. Again, that
no.
confused me.
No time like the present.
And that further confused me with Ashlyn. It's like, no, he's not the Mar, he just is a
Right
Mar.
back.
Oh,
Aw, really? He's gonna miss the best part.
he'll see it eventually.
Daxter, my little
Hoping he
hero.
sees it at some point. But,
We owe you much, Daxter, for all you've done.
yes.
For your bravery in the face of incredible danger.
And supervising the hero, that's for sure.
Desire.
Aw.
You know, I could really use a snazzy pair of pants, like yours.
You're welcome, Hype.
There you go. He has pants.
I wish I had a pair just like that.
And apparently he just likes being a troll because...
Welp.
Don't worry, honey. You get used to it.
Now it's okay, everybody.
Yep.
See?
It's okay.
Thanks for everything, partner.
And Tess is rolling with the punches pretty well, I guess.
This is gonna be good.
I mean, she'll get used to it.
They're right.
Oh, that's what it was.
This is going to be
Where do you think you're going, little bugger? I've decided I want my own sidekick, and you've been
Really?
nominated. We're gonna be great.
I don't think this is gonna work well.
Are you ready, Jack? We have something to show you.
What?
The universe.
Oh God.
He was
Gonna be too
rehearsing
big
that.
a universe. And there you have it.
Jack has went off, and looks like Sig is gonna now lead Spargus. Oh, hey.
You were saying?
Remember me?
I couldn't leave you, Dax.
Aw.
Our adventures ahead, you wouldn't last a second without me.
How did he get out?
Team we are.
What a team will make. Oh, and back to the beginning.
Put it in, partner. Ah! Psych! Oh yeah, life is good.
And that's it.
Life really
that's
is
the
good,
game.
Dexter. That's that.
And then we just get a little 3D viewer, and I hope Hype gets back before we do the credits. Oh,
Speaking
hey,
of
Hype.
Neville here, you're back.
Hey, Hype.
Sorry about that. I had to put the puppies to bed.
You missed some things quickly back to back, so we'll just get off the way right now. The Precursors have decided to leave the planet, and they invited Jack to go along with them, but he decided to like stick around and hang back because he can't leave his friends.
And
Daxter
look,
wished for a pair of
Dexter
pants.
has pants!
He wished for a
Yay.
pair of pants. And then Tess was all like, "Oh, I wish I could have a pair of pants just like that." And then the Precursor leader was all like, "Careful what you wish for."
And they turned her into an art stole, didn't they?
Yeah, they turned her into a nozzle. I think we'll see her in the 3D. I think we may see her in the 3D model viewer. Well, there's normal Tess.
Well, it's normal Tess.
And then if I go to the next one over.
Oh, you know
Okay,
what?
where's Torn? We'll
Nope,
get
That
just
Torn.
kind of... Yeah, just torn. You know what? That kind of, messes with something that I kind of alluded about earlier. But when I was talking to the guys about, like, one of the girls being turned into an Ostol, what I was alluding to was that I thought it was Kira that got turned into an Ostol.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because she was trying to pursue the Precursors. Well, yeah, she never does, unfortunately. But
It's like she didn't have anything to do with the events of this game at all.
yeah.
Awesome to me.
So what did you think of it, Hype? This whole little journey from Jack 1 to Jack 3. You didn't really play a whole lot of the trilogy.
No, I didn't.
There's
No,
Otto
but-
Tess.
There's
Otto
Otto Tess.
Now it's
That's kind
okay.
of cute.
The
Otto
pairing
Beer.
makes sense now, and there's Otto here.
He's so sad.
Oh yeah, by the way, things didn't really end very well for him either.
Cleaver wanted a
I
partner
imagine
now.
not.
Cleaver wanted to hop on the old Otzel sidekick shtick and nominated
And
him.
then watches a few weeks later, he literally just turns into an afternoon snack.
Anyway, sorry. So yeah, back to you, Hype.
I will say it was interesting. Like, I could definitely see how this game garnered the following it does. I think the thing that kind of pulls it out for me a little, again, like, they do seem like perfectly fine games for me. I don't think it has that same kind of, even though it does have like its own sense of charm to it, I think the charm in something like Ratchet and Clank kind of draws me in a little bit more.
That's fair. All the different worlds, and I will say, from what I've seen, the Ratchet and Clank humor is definitely a little more consistent. This one likes to go for more, serious stuff at times.
Yeah, it's a lot more consistent, and honestly, not to say I didn't dislike a lot of the characters in the Jack series, there were some good ones. I honestly don't think a lot of the characters are quite as memorable as the ones in Ratchet.
I guess because this one has. I guess you could argue Ratchet and Clank has fewer characters, whereas between Jack 2 and Jack 3, they introduce like a butt ton of them.
Not to mention, when you stop and think about it, like say what you will at the Ratchet series, they kind of play things pretty safe. While Jack, well, as you've no doubt seen, definitely went in a very far out direction, and that definitely caused a bit of alienation towards the community.
Well,
Well,
what
yeah,
I
no, they
meant by
changed
that
things
is that,
a lot
like,
too.
what I meant by that is, like, you are right, like, Jack has a larger cast of characters, but it's, like, you probably noticed here and there, I was having a hard time really, like, remembering any of them by name or telling some of them apart. I never have that problem with Ratchet. Like, I can instantly remember a lot of the characters from that series just by name, and I don't think the Jack characters, with the exception of the main characters, really have that strength to them.
I guess you're right.
So
I
what
mean,
did
some
you
of them all. I mean, especially in Jack 3, some of them are just most of the ones from Jack 2 just mostly take a back seat.
And the ones in Jack 3 usually kind of come and go in between certain things. So what did you then, I guess, think of this, James, now seeing the whole game played from start to finish?
I mean, honestly, realizing that I was actually pretty close to the end of the game anyway, I kind of regret not going the full 9 yards. But, I mean, at the same time, for what I have seen, it's like, it did have a pretty neat twist, and it definitely felt like a pretty proper conclusion to the entire trilogy, even if they did sort of continue it a bit with Jack Cross.
Jack Cross, which we are planning to do something with that, but like Jack Cross's plot, really just need to know how it begins and how it ends, and really everything else is inconsequential. And Lost Frontier is just Kira trying to become a full-on sage, and so she goes on her big pilgrimage, and you, of course, join alongside her.
And Dexter becomes a fucking monster.
Dark Beast. Which makes no sense, considering what this was already trying to establish, which was that Dark Eco, like, he already got tainted by Dark Eco. This is him. Everything else would just kill him, but now it becomes Dark. It jumps the shark.
It really does jump the shark. But
which, considering that this is the game that just now revealed that the gods of the universe are little furry creatures, jumping the shark says a lot, if you can do that.
It jumps the lurker shark in so many ways.
You know what would be... Just going back to that whole reveal of the Oddstalls, because I do think it is a legitimately funny twist. You know what it would be kind of similar to? Say you take Zelda, and then, for the sake of argument, you have a game where it actually does, reveal and explore the three goddesses. And then once you meet them, they're all basically like the great-great-great-great-great-grandmothers of Tingle.
I was just about to say that, and Tingle all along was the chosen one that no one cared about. Because Link just was...
imagine how much the fucking community will riot when they reveal him as one of the DLC characters.
You know what I just imagined? It's so bad, but I could totally see it, working to the lore would be the goddesses, knew that Tingle was meant to be the chosen one, but they realized he was horrible and that Link was far more marketable as the hero, so they just chose Link. I just said, yeah, you're the new hero now. It's much better publicity.
Jinx's walk cycle, just the way his hand was positioned and the fact that his head was kind of at a downward angle, kind of made it look like he was just fiddling with his phone while he was walking.
What are you doing there? Dude, we're filming. Nah, I'm texting. Don't worry about it.
Also, I just realized this whole time that Damus doesn't wear pants.
Today I'm going commando.
I mean, fuck it. I'm already dead.
So, yeah. Other than that, these credits are kind of long. We're almost at the end of them because it's got to go through every...
So, I noticed earlier that you were was scrolling through all this, so that pretty much answers my question of if you can actually,
You can scroll through the models, you can't speed up the credits, and I did that because at first I thought there was going to be more, and no, they just kind of just looped through them all.
Okay.
And I was... So at this point, I'm now just... I should have done it this way, which is if you just don't touch anything, it will automatically cycle through the models as you play. But,
is it just me, or is he wearing half a fucking Precursor orb?
Oh yeah, it looks like that. Like the belt buckles, use that technology. It just, yeah. Oh, you mean on his helmet? That also looks kind of like that. I don't know. It's such an odd twist, but ultimately, it was. I had fun with this game, and we're at the end of the credits now. So this game has a sort of pseudo new game plus, or I should say, it has a pseudo post game, which is that the whole world is saved still. You can go everywhere and still do all the little mini games and challenges and
they just drop you off right here.
Yeah. So, but the world is still saved. Cyberworld's dead, and you can go throughout the whole world and find as many Precursor orbs as you want. Try and get all the specials, get the scrapbooks, get the hero mode, get all of the original stuff.
You have enough for the model viewer at least.
And you can also get a director's commentary as well.
Nice.
So there's a lot to still show off in this game, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this little journey through this whole trilogy. I'm debating on doing something for Ratchet and Clank, but if they'll, I'm hesitant because who knows? I don't know if they're going to actually do any more PS4 titles to reboot the whole trilogy, or if we should just start heading back to the old PS2 era. But yeah,
if we haven't heard anything from them since that game came out, I think it's a safe bet they're probably not going to go back to that for a while.
Yeah, so
hell, for the past few E3s, they've only been showing off the same 4 damn games, which makes me to believe they don't really have that much to show off.
Well, that, and they're probably just busy with a lot of stuff. I think they're still working on some of those DLC chapters for their Spider-Man game, which I have heard is really good. A lot of people are liking it. I really should play it eventually.
Just so long as they don't drop that as fast as they did with Heavy Rain.
Yeah. So with that said, thank you all so much for joining us. We have actually in development a commentary for another trilogy conclusion for another one of the big Sony franchises coming up in a little while.
Wait, Sony?
To get around to recording. Sony hosted, Sony founded, whatever.
Oh, right. I just realized what you're talking about.
It's called Slide 3.
Yeah, that's it.
We're gonna be doing that. And then
sorry about that slow burner there. See you next time.
I'm sorry, Hype. We'll show some love to Ratchet and Clank later.
It's fine. See you later.